Well, I mean, I don't know what the last Call of Duty was, but they were all some variation on Warfare now.
Yeah.
It started with Modern Warfare, then it was Modern Warfare 2, 3. Now they're Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare.
Psychological warfare.
Welcome to the Wonder Boys podcast. This is episode 32, I believe, and we're joined finally by our guest, Ben Laird.
Finally.
Hello.
Oh, Ben. I was going to make this whole WWE style intro for you, and then I got a job and I actually had to do real stuff, so
no, it happens.
I couldn't work on it as much as I'd have liked, but we'll give you a nice little a drum up here. Ben's a enthusiast of many things. Yep. I would say mustaches first and foremost.
Loves a good mustache.
Probably the Vancouver Canucks second, and then also cool socks.
Just reading my clothes.
I'm just looking at what he's wearing.
I can tell you guys really do your research coming into this.
You know, we like to know our guests.
Yes,
we like to know our guests.
Good stuff.
But Ben, I usually ask everyone one question when they come on here.
All right.
And it's a very important question. How was your week?
I was good, thanks.
Oh.
Yeah, I finished up school, finished up work,
nice.
Getting ready to head over to the island for the summer. So
yeah. So what do you do on the island?
Well, not lots.
I'll be honest, I don't do a lot.
Go over there and look at the ocean.
Wow.
Wonder what I'm going to do with the rest of the 8 months of my year. No, I'm going to be working at a summer camp over there.
Sweet.
Yeah, going to be a lot of people's bosses. That's what's
important. Oh, that's cool. Is that a new thing for you, or do you do that every year? The boss thing?
Not the boss part.
Not the boss part.
I have power now, and that's a dangerous thing to give a man who doesn't know how to use power.
Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely.
It sure does, and modest power corrupts even more absolutely, which is what I have.
Yeah, I started a new job yesterday, and I don't want to badmouth anyone, but there was this one girl who was like, she was getting on my case a lot, and she's like, how do you not know this? I was like, it's my first day. Like,
the most dictatorial people that I've ever met are people who have small amounts of power at unimportant jobs.
Oh, yes.
So I used to work at London Drugs, and my old boss,
that makes
same
sense.
kind of thing. It'd be like you'd put a box the wrong way. And I was called into the office one time because I put a box away in the wrong spot. And he has a photo of where I put the box away incorrectly. And he puts it on the desk and he goes, can you tell me what's wrong with this picture? It's like my third week on the job at a part-time job in grade 11.
Oh my
and he
God.
lays this picture down. He doesn't even go show me where the box is. He has a picture of the infraction and goes, can you tell me what's wrong with this picture? And I go, I don't know. He goes, the box is not put away in the right spot.
What?
I'm kind of like, okay, I'm sorry. And he just goes, don't let it happen again.
There's a better way to do that. Just say like, hey, this box is backwards.
There's a lot of better ways to do it, actually.
There's so many better ways to do that.
Hey, like, this is a great training opportunity for you, Ben. Listen, the box is in the wrong place because, you know, it really fucking matters where this box goes. So, yeah. Can you just not?
Well, like, Lucas, you supervise a lot of people.
I do. But, and I was going to say in my comment for this.
Do you use things as, like, learning opportunities, or do you put people down ever? Like,
no, I'm just blunt, obvious. Like, if somebody says, like, oh, I think this is a great idea. No, it isn't.
No, it is. Oh, well, that's a good way to do it. I guess.
All my feelings.
My feelings.
No, I'm a bit more tactful than that and a bit more politically savvy.
Compliment sandwich, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. Compliment sandwich. Start with the good, throw the shit in the middle, and then end with good.
There was one time I think
you're
you used
handsome.
that on me.
You fucked up every job I've ever given you. You're handsome. Like, that's just, I mean...
That's a good way to do it.
That's managerial 101.
Have you ever heard of the compliment sandwich, Ben?
Of course. I dabbled in the compliment sandwich myself. You go, you need to tell someone something blunt. You go, hey, your eyes are awfully symmetrical. Look, I gave you a lot of responsibility in this job, and I'm regretting every second of it. From day one, you have let me down. You have let my supervisors down. I might lose my job as a result of you. You have no place being here. Also... both of your hands, not a lot of wrinkles in those hands. Like, good work. And you can kind of use that and compliment sandwich. It's a good way to let people know things.
That was a very specific example. Are you pulling from a truthful experience, or?
Well, we used to talk about the compliment sandwich jokingly at the camp that I work at.
Oh.
And that was kind of the joke, is that the compliments are just these really off, like, this can apply to everyone, and the things are just biting criticisms.
Your hands both have 5 fingers on them. Good job.
Well done, and well done. But human flaws are just way too pertinent, and you need to leave. I was going to say to that as well. It's great when someone has. It's the worst when someone has that like little bit of power and they abuse it absolutely, right? But then the best is when they get like knocked off their ledge and they're no longer powerful. So this happened when I used to work at McDonald's, and one of the managers actually used to talk down to me quite often, and I would always be like, yeah, and they'd always like they'd abuse their power, they'd abuse it. And then I got promoted to a manager, and all of a sudden we're on the same playing field. All of a sudden that power doesn't exist anymore. So they could say that stuff to me, and I'm like, I don't give a shit.
It doesn't matter anymore.
So that's a great feeling.
It also happens a little bit with like, for example, say you're working in a job and there's someone who's younger than you who's a supervisor or something.
Yeah.
It's weird at first because like there's no disrespect there or anything. Like you're not like, oh, you're younger than me, I don't respect your authority. But it's more like they'll in some ways they'll talk down to you, but you're like, that doesn't really affect me at all because
That's great.
I'm over that kind of stuff now, and
Yeah.
This is gonna sound like a joke, but I promise it's not. That's actually why I kept the mustache when I shaved this morning, because most of the time they give my job out at camp to a 25 or 26-year-old, but I'm going in, I'm gonna be 23 in May. Woo. And so I wanted to keep my mustache just in case, so that when there's people who are older than me that I'm overseeing, they respect me a little more because I look older because of the mustache. So
that's awesome.
What's like
important decision.
He's got a stash. He must be important.
Why do policemen and firefighters have mustaches? Is because they're figures of authority.
So the fire respects them.
Yeah,
it's important.
So the fire knows its place.
I'm gonna put you out, you son of a. You come here.
And also, if they get singed a little bit, they can just do that little like lip movement and just like shake the fire off. I'm a tough guy.
That's how you put out any fire. You spread it out as much as possible. Dissipate the fire.
Fire divide and conquer is what
Fire
you're saying.
dissipation.
If you
101.
spread it too thin, it's not powerful anywhere. That's how you get it. It's like Risk. Same principle.
Just Napoleon Bonaparte taught me that.
Of course.
Divide and conquer, baby.
Divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer.
But don't go to Waterloo, because that's where you lose.
Well, that was like that. He was on his heels, man. History lesson time. No, I'm just kidding.
History lesson.
Time for a history
page.
podcast. Which, like, I started listening to this podcast, Hardcore History.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, it's really good.
It's insanely detailed. Like, I'm on an episode, like, right now, it's 4 hours long. And he's going into this, like, details
Someone
of, like,
has 4 hours to sit and read history to people
Yeah,
and
I
not
can
even
only-
know if they listen?
Yeah, I listen, like, 20 minutes at a time, so, like, it's very fragmented for me, but he goes into so much detail. It's actually really cool. Ben, have you said you?
I've heard of it. I have heard bits of it. I have not actually sat down and listened to the podcast.
Yeah, it's tough to kind of set aside the time. So you got to do it like, oh, I'm driving somewhere, I'll listen for 10 minutes. Or, but then you kind of like, you can't remember what you listened to last time. You're like, So here at the Wonder Boys podcast, we keep things to about 40 minutes.
Ish.
That's our guarantee.
On a good day.
Yeah, that's our guarantee.
And sometimes we break that guarantee and there's no money back.
Yeah.
So it's not a money back guarantee. It's just like something we say because we think we're important.
Send us money, please.
Send us money. Ben, your parents better listen to this and they better send us money.
I'm gonna have them send you some money.
Thank you.
Thank goodness.
Have them write you a check.
The biggest thing that happened this week was, now I think I said the wrong thing on the phone to Ben. I think I said Kevin O'Leary got fired, but it's Bill O'Reilly got fired.
Kevin O'Leary's the jackass from Shark Tank and Dragon's Den.
Yeah,
And he wants to be the Conservative Party leader.
That's
he wants to be
another
Trump
story.
2.0.
You know, the funniest thing about Kevin O'Leary that I've heard is there was kind of, he didn't say it, but he implied that if he becomes the Conservative leader and they win a minority government, he might not stick around.
What?
And actually lead the party.
What a dick.
Like, you know, it's the same kind of principle with Trump where it's like, yeah, I'm not used to losing. I'm not going to tolerate losing. But, like, he's also not going to tolerate winning. that part of it, like, it's just such
Like, all right, we won. I'm just going to get out of here, guys. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to be able to do anything.
It's like that situation in the UK where the Brexit vote got passed and David Cameron, the former prime minister, just steps down. Like, a whole bunch of people step down. It's like, all right, what? You're the ones who wanted this.
Yeah, you guys called for this vote, and then you're like, well, that fucking went south. Let's see you later.
And then you just give up. Oh, well.
Best part of Brexit for me, not that I have a vested interest in either side, but the best part of Brexit for me was I was working at camp when it happened.
Oh, man.
A lot of foreign staff. We had a lot of people from the UK there.
Right.
Who were unanimously pro staying a part of the EU, and watching their reactions as it went down was so amusing.
Well, that's probably the best part is actually getting that first-hand account.
You're Satan. You just hate people. You just like want to watch the world burn, don't you?
Well, everyone's sitting in the hallway with their laptop, and all the people from the UK are just sitting, shaking their head like, I can't believe this. It's not how this was supposed to go down.
I can't believe it, Captain. My ship's going down, Captain. Why are you from Scotland all of a sudden? I don't know. They're staying in the EU, right?
So anyways, Bill O'Reilly.
Sorry. So not Kevin O'Leary, not Brexit, Bill O'Reilly.
Right, yeah, because I think I said Kevin O'Leary on the phone. I can't remember, but
You did say Kevin O'Leary.
Yeah, I
I spent 4 hours researching on Kevin O'Leary.
Oh, he's severely underprepared.
But luckily, you knew what I meant. But yeah, Bill O'Reilly got fired from Fox News after allegations of sexual harassment.
Allegations, allegedly.
I mean, we got to say that because otherwise it's slander. So, allegations of sexual harassment, which are substantiated, I've heard.
You don't pay $13 million to a whole bunch of different women.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Like, that is big time hush money.
I don't even think it's hush money at that point. It's just shut the fuck up money.
Yeah, hush money is like $10,000.
Just don't make it worse than it already is.
As soon
right?
as you hit the millions, then it's like shut the fuck
It's
up.
like, if you say anything, I swear.
I'm gonna have Big Dave and Little Dave over here. Yeah, there's a Big and Little Dave. They're
Yeah.
gonna come fuck your shit up.
Well, like, because he got fired this week, that there was this, obviously that clip of him freaking out started circulating again.
Oh, what, the one where he's like,
We'll do
"We're
it
not
live."
doing it live! Doing it live! We're doing it live!" It's like, I'll write it myself and we'll do it live.
Bill, we can't do it live. We'll do it live!
I actually watched it a couple more times because I was like, this is so good.
So cute.
And even Trump himself was like saying that he shouldn't, like, he's like, I know Bill, he's a good guy. He shouldn't have settled. He shouldn't have paid those women, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Trump, you're the fucking president of the United States.
He's also a champion for women's rights. It's strange to hear him speak out in such an odd,
That's a good
uncharacteristic way. Like,
That's so uncharacteristic
You know what?
of him.
Actually, speaking of Trump, I know we're going to a deep dark hole in here.
Oh, whatever.
There's that last week for Easter. There was that Easter egg roll or whatever they have on the White House lawn or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's one point where Trump comes out onto the balcony and the Easter Bunny's standing next to him, and the CNN broadcast or something says in the caption, it says the President of the United States, and then in parentheses it says left because he's on the left. So as if they needed to distinguish the president from the Easter Bunny.
We're not really sure which one is which.
Yeah.
The American people need to know.
it's a funny thing about the Easter Bunny is I'm not sure, like, when they were talking about Steve Bannon having a diminished role in the White House, I don't think he was expecting that particular job, but it's the one they gave him.
It covers up all his facial scarring and whatever else is going on there.
I love the Onion's take on Steve Bannon, where they're just portraying him as some kind of lizard in every article they have with Steve Bannon. Where Donald Trump spends 20 minutes accidentally speaking to Bannon's recently shedded exoskeleton. And like,
It's like Mitt Romney, or is it Mitt Romney? No, it's Rick Perry. Who is that? The senator who's on Clickhole or whatever, who's like actually a secret agent.
oh, that's John Kerry.
John Kerry, yeah, not
John
Rick
Kerry,
Perry.
yeah.
It's John Kerry.
All these names that are aggressively close to one another.
I know.
John Kerry, Jim Kerry, Kevin O'Leary,
White,
Bill
yeah,
O'Reilly.
it's just
Can we
white
just
American
stop ending
guys.
in re?
I'd
Yeah.
love to have an exciting name in politics. Like,
Wait,
Barack Obama's about as close as it gets.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking like my friends have sweet names like Ben Stone and Toby Sheriff.
Stone.
Ben
Toby
Stone.
Sheriff. Like, was your ancestor a sheriff? That's so cool.
I mean, Ben, what's your full name? Include middle name, please.
It's Benjamin Gordon Laird.
Okay, that was
It's fine.
boring as
It's
hell.
it's a politics name.
that's a white politician's
The guy I
name.
went to, a very politically active guy I went to college with named Max Manley.
Wow. That's like Max Power, only
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, exactly. There's been a few from working at camp. There's a couple kids that have come in with names like Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible, and Blade Steel was the coolest one either. It's the best.
Blade
Steel.
And there was
You know, the dad was in the doctor's room and she's like, honey, please, can we call him Blade?
She's so high on painkillers.
No, she's like, no, listen, honey, your last name's Steele. That's
Steele.
that's not gonna fly. But honey, listen, how cool would it be when he's like 18 and he's in the WWE and he doesn't have to change his name. You know what? You're right. Let's call him Blade. Axe handle steel.
We're calling him Marcus, right? Yeah. Hand me the birth certificate. How do you spell Blade?
Just curiosity. I'm not gonna write it down. I just need to know.
Well, then you could do like the improper pronunciation of it, like you do for Balake. You could Balade.
Steel was spelt like the last name for him, like Steele, but Blade was just Blade.
But that's kind of cool. Like you're going. Imagine a teacher going through an attendance list of Blade. She expects like a vampire killer to stand up in the back row. I'm here.
Wesley Snipes stands up in the back row. Present.
You know what? I did my first shift at a restaurant yesterday as a busboy. I'm working my way up to be a waiter, but did a shift as a busboy, and I don't know about you guys, but I try and keep my eating area relatively clean when I'm at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And I've learned so many things about humanity in just 7 hours of bussing tables. Some people are disgusting. Like there is stuff everywhere. It's terrible. And like I managed to find like one table I cleaned up, a table of 6. There was at least 7 pieces of cutlery under the table on the floor. Like how does that happen?
I think these are kid problems.
Maybe, yeah. But
kids has to be the only explanation. Like what
like
adult finishes eating their food and goes like, yep, all right, under the table, just like home, all right.
Just like home.
That's not even easier.
Yeah. And or even like the amount of stuff like I threw away, like this place that I'm working at, it gives out like free loaves of bread with garlic butter and stuff, and there was a couple times where I just threw away whole loaves of bread because we're not allowed to reuse them.
Not with that attitude.
Not with that attitude. Because the people, because the people at the table just didn't eat anything, and I was like, what? Why would you even? Or the ice cream at the end, like they order ice cream and then don't eat it. I'm like, what?
You gotta take it back, run it through the dishwasher, bring it back out.
Yeah,
it's brand new.
It's freshly washed ice cream. It's great. It's freshly washed.
It tastes like soap. No, it's spumoni.
It's spumoni. Guys, it's from Italy. It's real. Ben, I meant to ask you about recently there was a retirement in the WWE, but I can't remember who it was.
That'd be the Undertaker.
The Undertaker, that's right.
The Undertaker.
Yeah.
And I actually looked like at a picture of him when he first joined versus like one of his last shows.
Like 26 years ago.
Yeah.
He's been in WWE longer than most people who are going to be listening to this podcast have been alive.
Yeah.
Which I think is...
Yeah, I mean, none of us in this room are old enough to remember his...
Nope.
Or even have been around for his first one.
Weren't alive for his debut.
Yeah.
Although someone did say recently to me that their favorite memory was being born, so...
Oh, get the hell out of here.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that bullshit. Like, this person man, I don't want to name names, but
fuck it.
But what was the name, Tim?
But what was the name?
Say my name.
Oh, Pile.
Please do not yell in the casino.
Okay, yeah. Please do not yell in the casino. Okay, I won't name names, but there was this person who was just kind of, they were bragging about how many romantic entanglements they had going at once.
How many side chicks they had?
Yeah. I won't say whether the person was male or female.
Okay, stop me. We're going 10. I'm gonna rattle off a bunch of names and you're gonna tell me when to stop, all right?
I don't think you know them.
Alec, Ben, Charles.
No.
Okay, I'm out.
It's not me.
Ben, like, stare at him.
Side chicks. Go on.
Side chicks. But yeah, they were bragging about that. I couldn't help feel like it was total bullcrap.
Oh, probably was.
But like, why would someone even like just openly admit to something like that? How much of a scumbag do you have to be?
Not sure. I haven't gone that far to scumbag yet.
I just don't feel the need. Like, why would you lie about that? Like, just like, I imagine it wasn't you who brought up this conversation. Like, man, I wonder how many romantic partners we've all had recently. Like, somebody had to come into the conversation and be like, man, like, oh, one of my biggest problems is just I have so many women all the time. like why do you even bring that up in the conversation?
Why you gotta do that? Yeah, and
Why you gotta be that way?
It was them who brought it up, and I was like, I don't remember asking about this.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll go along with this conversation. And I hate when people like do something like that, almost to appear like they don't care.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's not an endearing thing.
You don't put something into the conversation if you don't care, but you don't start a conversation about something if there's no interest whatsoever.
Yeah, but the thing is, they don't care about the people there because we're not sure on the gender.
Consorting with
people that they just care about the ego inflation they get for having so many.
Yeah.
That's why they bring it up, because I'm sure it was like, hey man, I went to this great hot dog stand the other day and I was eating this great hot dog. You know what's great about hot dogs? The number of women I'm sleeping with. And it's like, what, dude? Like, I don't understand.
Sorry, could you like retread your steps and explain how you got there?
Maybe I misunderstand how conversations work, but aren't they supposed to flow better than that?
Yeah.
It's a great segue. That reminds me of back in high school, the people that would, you'd get back from a test and it's like, how'd you think you do? Like, I bombed that test. I only got a 96.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know you're not sad about that, Mark. Like, you just want everybody else to know that that's not good for you.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like I only got an A. I wanted an A+. It's like, okay, all right, you can just like fuck right off.
You can just climb out of your own ass.
If I got a B,
yeah,
I'd be pretty happy with that test.
I mean,
and you're like, oh, a 96. Like, how am I going to tell my parents?
Will they ever take me in again?
My lashings will be great today.
Oh God,
I know. And there was the worst. I mean, I was friends with Colton. Doesn't listen to this podcast, so Colton's got jokes. But Colton would always never studied for tests, never did the homework, never did anything. Came out with like 100%, and we're like, fuck this guy.
Who is this person?
He's just naturally like smart, good at stuff.
He's just built for it.
Maybe he was playing the long con. Maybe he did study.
Maybe he stayed up all night.
And he just went in and goes like, yeah, I didn't study at all for that. I got 100. I guess it just comes naturally.
Maybe he did play the long con.
Well, I mean,
Colton, if you ever listen to my podcast and you get to this episode, tell me if it was a con.
Even you're like genius level smart, or you studied a little bit. He had to have studied.
He must have.
And like, he was always really good at Halo.
He was amazing at Halo. Like amazing.
So do you think that was part of his smartness? It was
his natural ability to be good at anything.
Like,
he's just one of those guys.
Well, I feel like maybe intelligent people probably handle like multitasking situations like that more. Like, they can tell where all the other players are in the game. Just like how like in sports, if a player is smarter, then they'll do better because they know how. Like, for example, you look at like Sidney Crosby,
Connor McDavid. Sidney Crosby.
Claude Giroux. Are we listing players?
Brett Favre.
Yeah, you look at Sidney Crosby. I mean, he's a playmaker, just like Gretzky was. Like, he's got so many assists, and yet still got so many goals just because he's a smart player.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest stories I've ever heard with hockey. It was about how good Wayne Gretzky was, and it's not about his skill, which he was insanely skilled. But one of the stories is you'd say he'd be taking the puck and coming up the ice, and he'd be yelling at the refs that the other team has too many men on the ice because he's surveying the whole ice at this time while he's also doing all these things around these professional hockey players.
Yeah. Like, he was just on a whole other level just because he's more intelligent.
Yeah.
And well, that kind of brought me in. I wanted to talk about the NHL playoffs because...
Sweet, let's do it.
Playoffs.
Oh, my God.
Sports. On the Wonder Boys podcast.
There was an upset. The Chicago Blackhawks got eliminated in 4 games.
The Giant Blackhawks.
Giant Blackhawks?
Oh, sorry, you said Chicago Blackhawks. That's my bad.
We were talking about that.
I just thought you said Giant Blackhawks. But that's pretty close.
Lucas, is there something on your mind that you want to share with us? Or?
Well, obviously the Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh.
We'll save that for the Wonder Boys After Hours podcast.
Join us later.
For our premium membership.
Yeah, so they got eliminated in 4 games by Nashville, no less. A city in Tennessee. Think about that.
That has a black cock on their team.
All right, let's...
They used to...
That was pretty good.
That was a pretty good one, yeah.
I talked to one of my friends recently. We play a lot of NHL 17.
Nice.
And he mentioned that there was a rule that... He's from Ontario. There's a rule that he used to play by growing up, which is back when there used to be less black players in the league. If you scored with a black player, game ended, you win.
There's only like 4 guys in the league. Oh my God, that's perfect.
I can't even remember his name now. I'm trying to remember his freaking name, the black guy.
PK
PK
Subban?
Subban?
Thank you.
I was like,
I was drawing a huge blank. I'm like,
He's like-
it's not Wayne Simmons.
who's the other black guy in the NHL?
I'm like,
It's those guys, Joel Ward.
yeah,
Ward, yeah.
okay.
He plays
Well,
for
now
Capitals, right?
like the younger Subban brothers are coming up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if
They're
they're
on
ever
their
going
way
to get
up.
any playing time on the Canucks.
Probably not. No. Or like, what's the name of the guy? The one who's in the Bruins farm team?
We have Jordan Subban.
have
Is it
the
Malcolm?
goal- we have
Malcolm
Malcolm.
Subban.
Yeah, he's the
we
goalie.
have the goalie.
No, we
Don't
have a defenseman.
We have the
Yeah,
defenseman.
Jordan's the defenseman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Malcolm's the goalie.
Yeah.
And he was picked up by the Bruins.
He did terrible this year when he got called up.
Really?
Malcolm Subban, yeah.
I never
Really?
even saw it. I don't like watching the Bruins. Like, the Bruins are still in it. I hope they lose.
Oh no, I think everybody wants the Bruins to lose.
I don't want the Bruins to lose. To win, man.
Even if the Penguins win it again, as long as the Bruins
As long
don't.
as- I know Ben was feeling a bit saucy about the
No,
Penguins.
I don't want the
earlier.
Penguins to win again.
Yeah.
I don't like these dynasties because you got all these teams clawing and dreaming.
Yeah.
Like the Blue Jackets this year get over 100 points for like
Yeah.
the first time in franchise history, and they're all jazzed up like, let's go playoffs, and then they lose in 5 games. And it's like to the Penguins, no less. This
Yeah.
other team that has no dreams. That's why I loved seeing the Blackhawks get knocked off, where this dynasty team come in and their fans are the kids from high school that are sad they got 96 on a test, and they're like, oh, if we don't get to the conference finals at least, this was a failure this whole season, and they get swept, and it was so satisfying
It was.
to watch that happen.
By a team like, especially like Nashville, which you wouldn't. They're good, but you
Yeah.
wouldn't expect them to sweep the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting. Oh yeah. It's getting hot in the studio. Ben's taking the sweater off.
Oh,
yeah.
that is a very ducky shirt.
Sure is.
Does that duck have any special significance to you?
Oh, I'm a Ducks fan. No. Gotta stay on topic. No,
No, that's
just
part of the. That's the Ducks are in the hockey.
Well, the Ducks
They play hockey.
Like they play hockey. They always do like reasonably well in the playoffs, and then they get knocked out when it really matters.
Yeah.
And-
Bruce Boudreau, their old coach, he constantly loses in game 7s.
Oh,
On,
really?
like elimination games, and he's probably losing right now actually against the St. Louis
Oh, they're
Blues.
playing right now. Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a
Actually,
look.
I
What's
hope
that game series at?
I hope the Blues go.
It's
far.
3-1 Blues.
Wow.
And then
The
it's
old-
good. I have them winning the cup, and everyone was like, "Ben, you're a huge idiot for picking the Blues to win the cup." And now
I
that
think
it's
the Blues-
3-1,
Not as much of an idiot, but still 3 rounds to go. You know.
they're not getting so much
I don't know.
sass.
I would personally like to see either the Blues or Nashville win.
Be nice. Those teams that have been good for a while, but they just haven't
Yeah,
been able to break through.
exactly.
Or the
It's nice to
Sharks.
see those guys.
Yeah, but they went to
I
the
want
final
Joe
last year.
Thornton
and blew
to get it.
Yeah,
He just deserves it.
I wouldn't mind to. I know they're the favorite going in, but I wouldn't mind the Capitals winning as well.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Just
that'd
so
be good.
Ovechkin can get his cup, and finally, after years of disappointment, they can finally maybe get past the second round. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
The funny thing about Ovechkin, well, I think he's an awesome player, and he's probably his personality is pretty cool. He can be a bit of a dick sometimes because he's Ovechkin. But when they announced that the NHL would not be letting its players participate in the Olympics, Ovechkin said, "That's a nice story. I go play in Olympics." He's
he's
like,
got
I
that
don't
kind
give
of,
a shit.
He's got that perfect like tough guy Russian vibe where you're
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna fuck with this guy at
Russian
all.
machine never breaks.
When both right, I go to Olympics. I win.
I like
like,
how
oh.
I like how nonchalant he is about the whole issue too, because people will ask him like they're trying to finish this train of thought where he goes, yeah, well, I'm not going to the Olympics, and they go, yeah, but like the Russian team has said like we're not going to take NHL players because we're not going to be completely against the NHL, and he goes, well, maybe I'm not an NHL player, and it's like he just doesn't care, he just wants to play in the Olympics.
He just rolls with the punches. Yeah, and I think like for most players, like the Stanley Cup is pretty cool, but an Olympic medal
Right.
is just that
Yeah.
next level.
Yeah.
Like, because you're not only playing, for example, imagine the Russian team, they get a chance to play the Canadian team in the finals or whatever. You're playing the best freaking team in the world because they've taken the best players in the world and put
And
them on
made the
Team
best team.
Canada.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like for them, that would be the ultimate triumph to win that medal.
But let's be honest, Canada's still winning
Yeah,
that game
that's true.
for the next few Olympics. As
Well, if the
there's no
NHL
NHL players next time.
Yeah, if there's no NHL players,
I tell you, no problem. I
No,
don't play in NHL.
Russia's got the KHL.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I know we're totally boned.
think about the Swedish
Yeah.
leagues. Like, oh my god.
Unless
who
all
do
of
we
our
have?
minor league players are just amazing all of a sudden. Like,
Yeah.
Going back to the cool names thing, we got one minor league player played in the. He got cut from the World Junior team. His name's Sam Steele. We can call him up for the Olympics.
Sam Steele. Wait a minute. He played in Regina. I remember.
I believe so.
Regina. I had to bring it up. No, but he was like, I remember going to the
Pats game.
The game, and apparently, like the people I went with, one of them worked at a bank, and she said that Sam Steele came into the bank, and he's like the nicest guy ever. But he's like built like a brick shit house. Obviously, he's a hockey player.
Yeah.
But he's like really kind of reserved. Like, hey, how's it going? I just want to open a bank account. Like, how's it? Like, just like you see the hockey players in the interviews with like, yeah, so like we just drive pucks to the net, and you know we just gotta
Bardowski's.
We just gotta keep pushing. You know, you don't count if you don't go Bardowski. You know.
If I was him, it wouldn't even be the hockey player aspect that I'd get. Like, I'd be blowing up my own tires about. You know, you walk into the bank like, hey, you know, I'd like to open up a bank account. Oh, what's your name? Sam Steele. Like, that's what I'd be getting hyped up about.
Like, really, just like project it. Sam Steele.
Steele.
Yeah, there's an echo every time you say it. Steele.
Like, do you have an announcer following you around? Like, what is going on?
This is amazing.
Yeah. There was times where like I think about my own name, which is Timothy Main, which is pretty. You know, it's
super vanilla.
It's so white. Yeah. It's the whitest name you can think of.
What flavor do you want? Vanilla. I'll get the Tim Main, please.
This Tim Main special.
I'm looking for a ballpark figure here, Tim. Roughly, how many times have people made jokes to you when you're
about
on Main Street?
Wait, ballpark number? Plus or minus 1,000.
Every person I fucking meet. Yeah, everyone's like, like Main Street. Or like they'll ask like, oh, so how do you spell your name? M-A-I-N. Oh, so no E? Yeah, no, it's that boring. It's just Main like Main Street.
Just think of a sewer main and you've got it.
I thought about that when we were driving back from the escape room that we did a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
There was a Main Street, and I'm like, hey,
there
Tim.
it is. Woo!
He's probably heard that joke a lot.
Yeah, I get Main. I get, hey, it's my main man.
Like, my main man. You're like, hey.
And you're like,
punch you in the nutsack. After the grotesque violence that happens, I want to talk about more Main stuff. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Main man was going to be my thing. And then people, when I tell them on the phone, I'm like, hey, name's Lucas, Lucas. Yeah, okay. Main. What was the last name? Main. What? Main. It's Main. It's the fucking easiest name.
It's so easy.
I'm not trying to confuse you. She's like, okay. And M-A-Y. No, you fuck. Oh, my God.
Sorry, sir. That's like a lion's mane?
No, it's 4 letters.
Like the state of Maine, or no E, just for 4 letters. Do you actually have to spell your first name?
Yeah.
Oh, because I guess Lucas had, there's K's, there's...
Yeah, Lucas with a C? Yeah, it's L-U-C-A-C. That's how you spell it.
Sorry, that's C-U-C-A-S.
Or it's like, have you seen that the meme with the... oh yeah, it's Steven with a P-H, and then like Starbucks wrote it P-H-T-E-V-E-N. Steven. It's Steven with a P-H.
You know that barista has a sense of humor.
Or they're an idiot.
No, I think they secretly knew what they were doing. Like, come on, you gotta be real. Like, you know, there's a guy who works at Starbucks. He's saying like he's 24. He's been out of college a couple years. He's just
right. He's just
sick
having
of
a
it,
blast.
and he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna fuck with this.
Fuck you, Steven.
Steven.
I heard a theory that they intentionally butcher names so that people take pictures and post it and get free advertising
Excellent.
from.
That's smart.
Yeah, you know, in the training session, it's like, you know how you always see those memes, guys? Yeah, we make those memes.
Watch me whip. And watch me mate.
Stop.
Jeez.
And I mean, while we're on the topic of Starbucks, did you see the unicorn? I mean, speaking of watching me whip and watching me unicorn fucking Starbucks.
Talk about a marketing like campaign.
Frapes.
They were talking about it on the radio. Like, and it wasn't
free
just
advertising from all kinds of news outlets.
Yeah,
and
it wasn't just one like radio station. It was a lot of them. Talking, oh, look at this unicorn frappy. Frape. I like to use frape.
That shows you how poignantly ingrained Starbucks is into our culture. That like it's a news story. Like Starbucks has a new product. Like it's the same with Apple. It's like those are the only two ones where like that's not a news story. That's like a promotion at a restaurant. But it's like they're covering it like, oh my gosh, there's a new product at Starbucks. Like that's weird, isn't it?
It is weird.
Like when they have those Apple press conferences and the guy comes out in his fucking turtleneck sweater, and it's not Steve Jobs. Like, we know you're not Steve Jobs, bro. Yeah, don't wear your turtleneck sweater. And then they announce all the
Tim,
products.
I think.
Yeah. Oh, I hate Tims.
Tim Bannon.
Tims are so annoying. And he does this whole thing, gives out all the new products, and then like there's sites covering like we've got the live updates. We're streaming this all day. It's like, you're a news website. You shouldn't like focus on real stuff.
Well, yeah.
Like, I think it.
Well,
I think
any of
it's,
those big conferences, like the Xbox when they're at CES, or sorry, not CES, E3 and all that.
Yeah.
And they're like, we'll be live streaming the whole 4-hour boring event where they slowly drip feed you the new features. So you physically jerk off for 4 hours watching all our new shit come out. Ugh, Xbox, PS4, fartsicles.
Yeah, and even with the Star Wars Celebration last week, like, I'm big into Star Wars, but I'm not going to watch 8 hours worth of live streams, okay?
Aggressive.
I've got I got so much other stuff to do.
And who has the time with all the voice cracks to do that?
If you wait 5 hours, all the highlights are on YouTube.
Yeah.
Everything that you need. And you cut out, like, I remember the one time that I actually did watch E3. Like, I watched all the big 3 presentations. All the Xbox one, they were just talking about the new Call of Duty game for half the time. And they're all like, there's a dog in this game. And it was a big deal. Like, you can find it on YouTube. Yeah.
I remember.
And they're all like, this is a real service military dog. And it's like, I just want to know when it's coming out and what the price is. Like, that's what I care about here.
And what are the pre-sale features? Come on.
I don't know whether it was the same Call of Duty game, but there's one of them where like they were talking about, like, there's a mission where you're scuba diving, you're infiltrating somewhere, and they're talking about the way the fish react to you. Like, look, the fish are reacting to you swimming. I'm like, yeah, I expected that. Why is that a thing that you have to point out to me?
Well, you know what, they went to the development team. They're like, guys, listen, Call of Duty, same shit, different year, but we still have to go to E3. What did you put extra effort in? One dude in the back's like, I made the fish move. Excellent, thank you, Steve.
Marketing genius right here.
Okay, let's put that as our whole 30-minute presentation. What about the next year? Oh, we put a dog in it. Yeah, okay, great. Let's go with the dog.
Let's go with the dog
this year, and the fish thing next year. You guys are geniuses. We'll see you next year.
They should start marketing those games like they do with the sports games, like Call of Duty 17, Call of Duty 18, because they make a new one every year without fail. And that's one of the things I was so puzzled with that particular E3 conference. Is like, why are you advertising a game that's going to be released for the other console as like, hey, we have 2 hours to talk about Xbox 360, like the remodeled one.
Yeah.
We got a couple hours, fill this with what you want. Okay, so there's this one game that's going to be out for all the other systems as well. Great. That's going to take up half an hour.
We're gonna crush 30 minutes with that bad boy. Yeah. So,
well, I mean, I don't know what the last Call of Duty was, but they were all some variation on Warfare now.
Yeah.
It started with Modern Warfare, then it was Modern Warfare 2, 3. Now they're Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare.
Psychological warfare.
It's like a men who stare at goats simulation.
I would like it better if you're just like sitting down. It's like talking with some woman. Like, how's everything going? Fine. Like,
And like, what is she feeling right now? Angry, sad? You gotta like pick an option.
They're all just situations that you don't quite know what to make of.
That'd be really good.
next thing, it's like biological warfare. It's just trying to survive gas chambers. Like, yeah, died again. Shocker, it's a gas chamber.
Press X to drop smallpox blanket.
There's a movie that came out yesterday. It's called Free Fire.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a big poster outside the movie theater for it. I was like, yes, I remember watching the trailer, so I went and watched it again yesterday. Have you heard about this, Ben?
It's the advertisement on the Score app right now, so whenever I check the scores of the playoff games, I see the poster for Free Fire.
Yeah, so basically, I think the concept is, it's based in the 70s or 80s, because that's what the clothes look like. And there's 2 parties meeting in a warehouse to do a gun sale, to exchange some stuff. And the deal goes wrong because the product's messed up, someone didn't bring the money, whatever. And the whole movie is basically a warehouse firefight.
Wait, the whole movie is a warehouse firefight?
Basically. So like they're all like trapped in this one warehouse for the whole movie in a firefight.
That sounds really freaking good.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's got huge actors. It's got Armie Hammer in it. It's got Brie Larson. She won the Oscar a couple years ago.
She's gonna be Marvel.
She's Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And it's got Charlton Copley, which is that South African actor from District 9.
Chiwetel Ejiofor? Are they the same person?
No, one is not black.
One's not black.
Oh.
The other one is black.
Oh, South African, you said.
Okay. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Well played, Mr. Laird.
Yeah, it's very well played. And yeah, it's tons of cool names. Looks pretty kick-ass. Just wanted to share that in a little free marketing. Just talking about
For Free Run, what was it? Run of the Chickens?
Free Fire.
Chicken Run?
Free Run Chickens?
Free Run Chickens.
Okay.
It's a sequel to Chicken Run.
Chicken Run was
Speaking
good.
of Chicken
Chicken
Run,
was
I watched. Do you remember the scene where they, at the end, where they're preparing to take off, and the two mice are like, please buckle your seatbelts and keep your arms and legs inside the window at all times. And if in the case of an emergency, stick your head between your legs and kiss your bum goodbye.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool because it was kind of like a ripoff of The Great Escape, but then they made it their own little thing.
Totally.
Which is pretty damn cool, I think.
No, I love that movie. I'd love to watch it again, dude. And kiss your bum goodbye.
It was Hugh Grant was in that one, right?
Is it Hugh Grant? Who's the
Wasn't
like
he the
rooster? I can't
He's
remember.
one of them.
Yeah, but it's like there's a lot of actors in it or voice people, and you're like, whoa, they did that.
Yeah, it's that claymation style.
Exactly.
So it's tough to kind of like figure out who's doing who. But yeah, it's such a good movie.
Yeah, I loved it.
Wallace and Gromit's fun.
Oh yeah, I remember we used to watch them all the time when we were kids.
Yeah.
Because we had the VHS tapes. Throwback Thursday VHS tapes.
If you don't know what that is, please Google it. You
You
Oh my
fuck.
God.
No, but
Friggin'
like
millennials.
I remember there was that one episode on the moon when they go to the moon and they find out it's actually made of
Cheese,
cheese.
Yeah.
And
They go to the moon to get cheese.
oh yeah,
That's like
exactly.
the whole
and then there's like this freaky robot
Yeah.
on the moon. I
That was
always
left there from the space exploration or something.
Yeah, I always remember being kind of scared of
Yeah.
it. Like, oh,
Cheese Gromit.
it's such a good. Did you ever watch that? There was a movie that came out.
Curse
The
of the
Were
Were-Rabbit.
Yeah, that one. Did you ever watch that?
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good, right?
I enjoyed it, and the claymation was like way better than the 1990s
Oh yeah.
claymation, because obviously they're getting some assistance from 3D graphics.
Yeah, I think they
involved.
smooth it out a little
For
bit.
sure.
But like with Lego Batman, I went to see Lego Batman a few weeks ago. You guys see it? No.
No,
I'm
but
sad that I haven't seen that yet.
It's
It
pretty
looks really
funny.
good.
It's pretty funny. I mean, I wouldn't say it's better than the Lego movie, but it's the same kind of energy, the same pace, same comedy style.
yeah.
And there's this whole underlying kind of joke / theme. It's not a spoiler. That joke, like, it's kind of like this thing that Joker and Batman are like, they're in a relationship, but they're on a break because, like, oh, I'm seeing other people. Like, it's kind of funny. So I'd recommend it for sure. But yeah, the animation again in that one, like the Lego movie, is fantastic.
Yeah, because they do the same. They do stop motion for some of it.
Yes.
But for the faster stuff,
Yeah, they just animate it.
animate it.
But it's like it's really good.
Yeah, one of the things that I like, as a rule, I generally don't watch trailers because I just like to. Ever since
Right,
I watched
okay.
the trailer for Spectre,
Oh,
James Bond movie,
yeah, it
and they
kind of
kind of
spoils the villain a little bit, right?
Well, it's the thing I was upset more so is they ruined like a really good part of the movie where he infiltrates this Spectre organization and he's in the meeting and nobody knows he's there.
Yeah.
And then the villain just turns up. He's like, "But you'd know all about that, wouldn't you, Mr. Bond?" And he like turns up and it's
Yeah.
this great moment. And then as I'm watching the movie, I know exactly what's going to happen. And this
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this cool like reveal that like we knew you were here the whole time is ruined. So anyways, roundabout thing. I try not to watch trailers, but I watched the Lego Batman one because I was already at a movie, and I'm not just going to sit there with my ears plugged and my eyes closed. Except I did do that for Rogue One trailer. So I wanted to experience
Oh,
that.
wow, okay.
But
Well, we talked about this a couple of episodes ago that I haven't watched the. It
was last week, yeah.
Last week that I haven't watched the Last
Yeah.
Jedi.
it's going to
trailer.
just be cooler, especially if there's characters. And, you know, I haven't seen the trailer, but I imagine, like, if Luke Skywalker's got this pimpin' robe on, like, you don't want to see that the first time and love it. But Lego Batman, I remember I watched the trailer and I love that they make a joke out of Robin not wearing pants. Like, just out of the trailer, that was one of the highlights for me where Robin's like wearing pants and then it just select points, I'll just tear them off. It just made me want to go see the movie.
Yeah, it's actually really funny, and I mean, Will Arnett kind of carries that movie. He's really
I
funny.
freaking love that guy. I don't like BoJack Horseman though.
You don't
Really?
don't.
I love BoJack.
I think
Horseman.
it's
It's
too.
not, I think it's opposite of what people expect.
But
Yeah.
it's like that, and I don't like Arrested Development either.
Man.
I like Will, and I tried to. Don't get me wrong. I tried Arrested Development. I gave it the full first season,
That's all you need.
and I was like, nah, man, I didn't laugh nearly enough times.
It's a very dry.
It's so dry. I do like that I get the reference that there's always money in the banana stand.
Yes.
Thank God.
You needed that.
Yeah, I needed.
Yeah.
Now I'm caught up.
Everyone
I think
needed
I'm good.
that.
I'm good. But yeah, I love Willow and Net. So yeah, maybe I'll put that when it comes out on VHS.
It comes out on VHS, everybody.
Yeah.
I can't believe you don't like BoJack Horseman. That's like one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, I can't get behind it.
The
It's
joke
got
with
some-
Vincent Adultman, where the Princess Carolyn's dating this character that's obviously 3 kids in a trench coat. It kind of shows up in the later seasons, and I adore. That's one of my favorite jokes from any show that I've watched, where he's obviously 3 kids in a trench coat, and the whole time everyone's oblivious to this except BoJack. I love that.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's kind of cool because it actually goes like it's a comedy, obviously, but it really focuses on some cool things. Like, I mean, obviously BoJack's alcoholism, like it actually deals with that. There's a moment, or an episode rather, where I can't remember the exact situation, but there's this monkey that's running up the hill next to his house, and you see it every day, and then BoJack collapses on the sidewalk or something at the end of the episode. And this monkey gives him this, and he's like, I know it's hard, but you got to do it every day. I can't quote this right now, man, but it's really good.
Insert it right here.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It gets easier.
Huh?
Every day it gets a little easier.
Yeah?
But you gotta do it every day. That's the hard part. But it does get easier.
Yeah, no, I like, there's that, and the whole, a lot of time he's looking for happiness, and they're kind of like, what are you looking for? And he's kind of grappling with, like, he doesn't know what he's looking for in life. And, like, I don't know, I think the way that I heard it described as a show, which I really liked, was that there were 2 writers, and one of them had this really good drama about a washed-up actor trying to revitalize his career, and the other one just had a joke book full of animal puns. They're just like, hey, you just want to put them together and make a show? And it's like, screw it.
Fuck it.
Let's do it.
It's perfect.
We've got Netflix money, bitch.
Yeah.
On that note, I like that the one focus that we got going in was Bill O'Reilly. We probably talked about him for like 30 seconds.
Hey,
I
man.
think we nailed it.
Sometimes you just got to go on tangents, and
Yeah.
tangents are the way it has to be.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of sports, baseball is back, and the Blue Jays still suck.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, poor guys.
I can't wait to hop on the bandwagon, though.
No, when they get to the playoffs, I'll be on that
I'm
bandwagon.
so
Choo-choo,
looking forward to
motherfucker.
it.
I'm pretty sure they're not going to make the playoffs the way they're playing right now.
know.
I think a team to go for this year, maybe the Mariners, but I don't
I might
know.
even follow the Orioles just to see how if they can.
I
crack
got a
it.
soft spot for the Orioles.
Yeah.
I like bird teams.
I like bird teams.
I like bird-based teams.
Problem I got with the Mariners is they've been saying it's our year longer than like the Maple Leafs have, and every year it's always
Nah.
looking good for the first quarter, and then they just collapse.
I feel like in baseball, it's always the All-Star break that kills most teams' dreams.
Yeah.
Because they're like cruising into the All-Star break, and they have that like 6-day period where they have rests, and some guys go to the All-Star break, and there's a home run thing and whatever. But they come out of that, and the teams are like, I guess we have to play for the playoffs now.
Yeah.
And they don't, and they just don't make it.
they're lying awake at night wondering like, are we really good? Like, are we?
Yeah, that 5-day break is a real psychological nut job for them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Call of Duty psychological warfare.
I think that's what we're gonna have to put as our image for the.
Yeah, we can.
We'll doctor one of the Call of Duty things, psychological warfare, and just have like a picture of like the Joker. Or something.
Maybe we shouldn't publish this. We should actually pitch it to Activision and see what they say. I mean, like, guys, I mean, it's a great idea.
It's the way you guys are moving. I mean, this year you're going back to World War II because you're clearly out of ideas.
Oh,
But
they
we've got
are.
one for you.
They are.
Yeah, they're going back to World War II, back to their roots.
Have you ever like played the original the first Call of Duty, Ben?
I didn't play the first Call of Duty. I played Call of Duty 3.
Those
Which
are
is World War II as
Those
well.
are like the first 3, like the World War II based ones, were so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Call of Duty 2 is my favorite
It
one.
is- it is the best.
It's the best one.
It is definitely
that
the best.
and then Modern Warfare, the first
Modern
Call of Duty
Warfare.
4.
Yeah,
Call of
because it
Duty 4.
actually had a solid story,
the
and
story was amazing.
the cool thing was that they pulled characters from the previous. Like they had that
Captain Price.
Captain Price, right? We
Yeah.
had the mustache from World War II, and then all of a sudden he's Modern Warfare. It's the same guy, but
Same guy, yeah.
not really. Like,
Yeah.
well done, Activision.
I
but-
thought that was really cool.
I feel like that's one of the kind of, not the death blow because the franchise is still alive and kicking, but I feel like one of the proverbial death blow for that franchise was Call of Duty 4 was so successful and so well received, and everybody loved it.
Yeah.
And then they're just kind of like, okay, so we'll just do that again for 10 years. Yeah. And I think that's kind of the problem. Like, I stopped buying Call of Duty games 6 or 7 years ago because every game was Modern Warfare again.
Yeah, and they keep like they do stuff. For example, last year they added like jetpacks and stuff, and other things. But like games like Titanfall had already done that. Or
Titanfall's good.
Titanfall's really. I got Titanfall 2, and it is the tits. And and all the maps are free. All the map packs are free.
Yeah.
There's no season pass, which is really cool.
Really strange for the developer, because who put it together?
EA is publishing it, which like they love season
EA
pass.
is not all aboard the DLC.
Yeah,
right?
So this game, all DLC is free, so everyone gets to play all the maps, which like you can go on and find a match in like 5 seconds because everyone's still playing.
Yeah,
it's crazy
and
cool.
they've said that EA is going to continue to do that. They're not going to that's called is pay blocking or
exactly
pay locking, they call it.
Yeah.
Because basically if you don't pay for the DLC, you can only play with a certain set of players, right, that don't play the DLC maps. So, and that happens for a lot of games. That's why they tend to peter out really quickly, because they release all this DLC and some people buy it, but it's a small percentage. But then your game longevity and your, I don't know.
That happened with the first Titanfall. Like, the map packs were paid, and people couldn't play because they didn't have all the map packs.
Right.
So say one friend has it, one friend doesn't, you're scred because you can't play with each other.
Yeah.
I feel Overwatch has done that pretty well too, where they've kind of been releasing things as they go, and there's always a little bit of hype around a new character release, and so maybe get some people who they've been playing other games but they're not really playing anything right now. Oh, there's a new champion or hero or whatever the heck they call those things in Overwatch. I'll come back and play that for a little while.
Totally. Yeah.
Sweet.
So hopefully they figure out a good marketing strategy that makes some money, because I don't want these companies to go under, but also doesn't pay lock us.
Yeah, I think they figure out a way like to microtransaction. Or
exactly.
The hell.
Buy skins.
Yeah, you buy like
your pink gun.
Buy a weapon skin or like a character model or whatever.
Because people pay for that. They're like, oh yeah, $1 to get a skins, whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah, some people like that kind of thing.
Exactly. I'm not for it. I don't care as long as the base game rocks and I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care what it looks like, but
I don't mind stuff like that. But I hate the idea of having to pay to continue playing a game or to play at the level of anyone else.
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit annoying. But if you want to pay for things to enhance your gameplay, cool. Like, I'd love some options for that, but
totally.
Yeah, make it optional. Don't make it mandatory.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that wraps up. But we'll thank Ben for coming out, and finally, we didn't make fun of him enough for. Actually, let's rip into him now. So you missed 2 weeks. Was it 3 weeks we invited him?
I think it was just 2.
I think it was 6 to 7 weeks we invited him in a row, and you couldn't make it. So what's your excuse? Actually, I don't care. But thank you for making it this week.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Pleasure being on the show.
Hey, we'd come back again.
Yeah, we want you to come back.
Be great. I'm gonna. 3 days. I'm gonna leave this landmass for 4 months, but once I'm back, I would love to be a part of it.
Maybe we'll Skype him in. No, we won't.
Skype him in.
They don't have internet where he's going.
Skype is way too much work.
That is a lot of work. Yeah, totally. But no, thank you, Ben. We appreciate it. You can check us out on every form of social media there is. I mean, we've got the Farce Book, we've got the Instagrammers, we've got the Snap. No, we don't have Snapchat. Don't go on Snapchat.
Yeah, Friendster.
Friendster. We have MySpace,
GeoCities,
Nexopia, Foursquare,
Napster,
Pinterest,
Club Penguin,
which closed down recently. Club Penguin service died.
Oh, dude, I missed that.
Anyway, you're killing my outro.
Sorry.
And I think wonderboys.ca, where we post it all. There's going to be a wicked Call of Duty psychological warfare.
Psychological warfare. All right, thanks, guys. See you next week.
Ciao. Bye. I have to be. Say bye, Ben.
Goodbye.
Thank you. God damn it.
Bye, Ben.
Bye, Ben.